Caspar on the 12th of November 2020, and I have got a southern Italian white wine here. This is a Greco di Tufo. Greco, another one of those grapes that sort of evidences the influence of the Greeks in winemaking and the spread of wine growing through Italy. And yeah, Greco di Tufo comes from Campania, so it's south of Naples. Greco can be quite a tough cookie, Greco, but it has enormous potential on it for making really super wines. 13% alcohol. Did I say the name of the producer? Lapilli, Lapilli. 2019 vintage. Let's have a look. Boldly coloured. Boldly goes into a really interesting hue there. Sort of, it's pale, but it's got a really positive lemon sort of colour to it. On the nose, it's, Victoria tasted this and she said, we should include this because it's so unlike a lot of the wines you normally choose, which are very clean, expressive, but very clean. This has something sort of almost slightly old-fashioned about the nose. It's almost a hint of oxidation, but it's got breadth. It's got dried, salted slices of apricot and almonds across the top of it. Got a lemony quality as well, and it's really unusual. It's complex. It's got almost a sort of rooty, not quite licorice character, but maybe licorice root. It's something herbal as well. It's incredibly unusual, and when I first smelt it, I was sort of slightly on the back foot. It wasn't quite what I was expecting, but going back to it, if you just have to become accustomed to it over a few minutes. It's really particular, singular sort of smell. Let's taste it. It's got that same broad, rich nuttiness at the start of the palate. Quickly, really rapier-like lemon acidity emerges and then disappears again, gets subsumed by the fruit and the structure, and it's got a very mineral earthiness, particularly at the finish. A sort of dusty minerality, and the acidity stays within that really into the very long term. It's quite interesting that the acidity emerges almost the moment it goes into the mouth and then dives back under the fruit. It's quite an interesting trick. Masses of character, almost a slight iodine, a saline thing going on. Really quite saline in the mouth. It's a singular wine on the palate as well. It's really most unusual. I would not sit around drinking this on its own. It's got such an assertive personality. I think that needs to be offset by some food, and that food is roast chicken with herbs. Yeah, try it with different things. The right sort of cheese, and actually you could have that with some quite potent cheese, I would imagine, hard cheese. Very old Gouda would be quite interesting. Even a bit of roast pork would be fabulous with that. It's been really fascinating. Hope you give us your feedback on this. I suspect it'll turn out to be a little bit marmitey. I wonder if there's some people out there that might not warm to it, but I think it's fascinating, and I think is an interesting expression of the Greco grape. So that's been 2019 Greco di Tufo from Campania in central Italy, from the firm of Lapilli, Lapilli. I'm going to have another glass, but I'm going to have it with food and explore it even further, because it is one of those wines that you sort of have to investigate and become accustomed to and sort of introduce yourself to and get to know. But so far so fascinating, interesting stuff.